Good morning, good afternoon, good day. Welcome to my tutorial on QFinder, finding technical breadth and real-time trades with QFinder. I am Sagar Nandi. I used to work in IT. I have retired now. I am trading stocks using the Q systems and techniques, and QFinder is a part of that. Disclaimer, I am not an investment advisor. This demonstration is for educational purposes only. It is not a trade recommendation. Trading involves risk. You and only you are solely responsible for the outcome of your trades. These are all the Q systems. For technical analysis, Q includes Q Elite that runs on TradeStation and QGlobal Q Finder that runs on Metastock platform and real-time Metastock Zenith data. For fundamental analysis, Q has Q Vital, sector industry rotation analysis Q Edge, and market level index analysis Q Index. Today's focus is Q Finder. It requires QGlobal to be used, and it runs on Metastock platform and Microsoft Excel. It may be run on Metastock daily chart or real time, though probably all the Q traders are using Q Finder with real time data. It may be possible to run on daily chart or end of the data as well. QFinder helps us find trades based on real-time scans, and it is also integrated with the other Q systems. Therefore, from QFinder, you may look up a chart using QGlobal or look up a chart using QElite using TradeStation's radar and charting systems. You can also navigate from QFinder to QVital to look up the stock's fundamental strength. On the other hand, once you do a fundamental analysis in QVital, you may look up its technical signals using QFinder. You may do the same thing from QEdge and QIndex. Therefore, there is two-way integration with QFinder and the rest of the Q systems. Let's start with QFinder. QFinder has multiple tabs. It can be used to view and identify trades on two different intervals. The daily interval, where the overall view is shown on the daily tab, and the weekly interval, where the overall view is shown on the weekly tab. Once you have looked at the overall view and you have used the high level charts to decide whether you want to take bullish or bearish trades, you may then navigate to the bearish setups using the bear smart action button or the bullish trade setups using the bull smart action button. You may take similar actions using the weekly smart action buttons after reviewing the overall weekly picture using the different charts. Let's go back to the weekly overall view. This overall view is important because it tells us for your specific trading universe how is the market looking. It is not based on market ETF study or market future study. It is not based on even market internal study, not on custom indices study, but it is specific to your own trading universe, which is usually considered to be a large universe consisting of say 500 plus stocks. When you run QFinder on this trading universe of your own, then you can see using the overall charts that are you going to take bullish trades or bearish trades. This is QFinder run as of yesterday's market close. The all signals are showing that it is balanced, neither bullish nor bearish. The green pie chart portion means bullish signals and the red pie chart portions indicate bearish signals. What are these signals? These are all the important Q signals, and some of them are not signals, they are Q trade setups like breakout, go with flow, bounce, headwind, and box. From the pie charts, you can see that all signals is balanced, and if you look at strength signals, then it is more bearish than bullish. Trend continuation signals, you may say balanced, and reversal signals yesterday were bullish. How to use it? If you use this set of pie charts, then if you want to take trades at the close of the market yesterday, you might look for reversal bullish setup. And again, remember, this is showing the trend breadth, sorry, not trend breadth, it is showing the technical breadth insight on your own trading universe. And based on that, you might look for reversal bullish setups yesterday. Or you might decide to stand aside. Why? Because the all signals are showing that it is neutral. It is neither bullish nor bearish. Now, if you wanted to take reversal trades, reversal bullish trades, seeing that majority of the reversal signals were bullish, then you might drill down into the individual reversal signals. Which signals were more bullish? Reversal candles, memory trend line touch, and also memory trend line bounce. Looking at that, you might look for bounce trade setups. You could also use a similar analysis to look for bearish setups. If you think that all signals are balanced and the market is at the very high level and strength signals are bearish, you might consider looking for some bearish trades to look for lucrative shorting opportunities. If you look at the strength signals, which are primarily bearish, you can see lot of gap downs and price moving down with bearish pressure. If price is moving down with bearish pressure, then you may look for breakouts with pressure. That is how you may combine multiple signals or trade setups to give you even higher probability trades. On the short side, on the short side, you could look for breakouts with bearish pressure. Similarly, on the long side, you might have looked for memory touch with reversal candle. On bullish side, memory touch with reversal candle or bounce with reversal candle. On the bearish side, you could look for breakout with bearish pressure. That is how you may use the overall view to come to a conclusion what kind of trades you may find easily. However, you don't have to be limited to that. Once you assess the overall view, you may simply go to the bullish or bearish tab based on your market outlook and then identify trades. Let's look for few different kinds of trades. I'm first going to the bullish tab. What do we have in the bullish tab? And the content of the bearish tab is identical. Content of the daily and weekly interval tabs are also identical. Therefore, if I cover the bullish tab, you will know how to use the other tabs as well. This is bullish tab for daily interval. In the first column, we have all the instruments that are showing some kind of Q bullish signal today, because this is the bullish tab. These are all symbols in my trading universe which has some kind of Q bullish signal today. The second column is showing price extreme or pendulum level. That is, these signals are coming when the stock is already at price extreme high, the green levels, price extreme low, the red levels, or price extreme middle, neither high nor low, yellow levels. This is useful because some traders like to trade stocks that are at a lower price level. If you are one of them, then you may only focus on the stocks which are at price extreme low. On the other hand, there are traders like, for example, IBD traders who like to take breakouts at the top. They may focus on trade setups coming at price extreme high. If you are a momentum trader, meaning you are focusing on stocks that have started to move up from the low point, however not reached the high point yet, then you may focus on price extreme middle. And to make it easier to focus on a particular category of price extreme stocks, you may use these paintbrushes. The red paintbrush will select only the price extreme low stocks. The green paint bar will focus on only the price extreme high stocks, and the yellow paint bar will focus on only the price extreme middle stocks. For example, I am clicking the red paintbrush and you can see now I have only the stocks that are giving Q signals today, at least one Q bullish signal today, and only the stocks that are at price extreme low. This is called smart filtering or pinning on a particular criteria. If I want to go back to my original set of Q bullish signals today, that is where I got an alarm, then I may use this alarm button. Once I click that, it gives me back all the stocks that are giving some kind of Q bullish signal today. After the extreme column, we have all the different Q signals. These are the same Q signals that we saw on the overall picture as numbers, and also these were the same signals that were plotted in the bar chart and summarized in the pie charts. I may do different kinds of mix and match using these Q signals. For any of the columns, you may double click on the column header to sort it by that column, and it knows what is the column you are sorting on. If we are double clicking on the signal columns, it is going to show me today's signals first. By the way, if you look at the legend here, today's signals are shown in orange color. Let me refresh to see the whole legend. Today's signals are shown in orange color, yesterday's signals in green color, beyond yesterday but within this week is blue color, and then light gray for previous week and dark gray for sometimes in the past. Usually I am looking only at today's signal first of all to look for trades today, and then seeing if it had further confirmation signals yesterday or this week. So these are the three color codes that I am looking at for the individual signals, Q signals. If I double click on any of the signal column, it is going to give me today's signals first, because that is what is most important for swing traders. On the other hand, if you double click on the percentage change column header, because I am on the bullish tab, it is intelligently sorting it in descending order. So the stocks that are moving most are coming to the top. If I double click on the instrument name, it is going to sort them by alphabetical order, and same is true for the symbol column. Double clicking again will reverse the sort order. Percentage change is of course today's percentage change for daily signals, and it will be weekly percentage change if we use the weekly bullish or bearish tabs. Now, what are the last few columns? These are giving me consolidated number of signals. Again, orange color is today, green is up to yesterday, blue is up to this week. Therefore, I may sometimes want to look at the stocks that are giving me maximum number of signals this week. Then I'm going to sort by the consolidated blue column, and you can see the stocks having maximum signals are coming to the top, and this is the consolidated number of signals for the week. This 7 number is showing that we have for this stock BDX, which is Becton Dickinson, it has a breakout signal today, orange color. Green color is yesterday's signal, it had a gap up yesterday, and the blue is this week beyond yesterday. This also had a bullish pressure, bullish flow, memory trend line touch, memory trend line bounce, and even a box possible setup within the week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this week in total it gave 7 signals. Up to yesterday it gave 2 signals. That is the breakout today and the bullish gap up yesterday. And today it gave only 1 signal. That is the breakout. Usually for swing trading, I am focused on today's signals. So I may sort by today's consolidated number of signals by double clicking on the orange consolidated number column. Now, if I am looking for breakout trades, I may sort by the breakout column, and I can see there are many breakouts. How many? that is shown in the header, I have 57 breakouts today. I also see 21 stocks are moving up with bullish pressure. So I may want to combine breakouts with pressure. Like I mentioned earlier, you could do it on bearish side or bullish side. I'm doing here on the bullish side now. How to combine and find stocks that are breaking out with bullish pressure. First, we may position the cursor anywhere on the breakout column and flag it. Flag will pin that criteria. So now I have all those 57 breakouts. Now I may go to the pressure column and flag that as well. So I am left with only 5 stocks that are breaking out to the upside with bullish pressure. And I can see now that 3 of them also had gap up, 2 of them had bullish flow, one is bouncing. And if I look at the consolidated number of signals today, I see the top one, Patterson Companies, PDCO, that is having the maximum number of signals today. What are they? Bullish pressure, gap up, breakout, bullish flow, and a bounce. If you are used to the Q systems, then you understand that it is breaking out from trendline resistance and bouncing up from trendline support. That means it was inside a triangle pattern. So it is a triangle breakout, went up heavily by 15.3% yesterday, and many bullish signals. This may be one you may focus on. This is the way you may combine different signals to find the scenario you are looking for. That is one way to find trades. Normally, if you are a breakout trader, if this day gave only few breakouts, then you would not probably need to flag the different signals. But when you see 57 breakouts in a day, then you may flag multiple criteria to shortlist the best breakouts with bullish pressure, with bounce, etc., like I showed just now. That is a very fast and effective way of doing multidimensional analysis on very powerful Q signals and trade setups, and hone in on the highest probability trade setups. Of course, we'll look at the charts afterwards to confirm the trade setup. How do we confirm the trade setups? The trade setups which are in capital letter, breakout, bounce, headwind, box, go with flow, most of them are associated with unambiguous checklists. So when we open the chart of a particular stock, we are referring to that checklist that is on the website sagarnandi.com. You may look at the checklists by going to the checklists page here. If you go there, you will see the unambiguous checklists for the 4 standard trade setups: box, bounce, headwind, and go with flow, GWF. These trade setups are also here: box, bounce, headwind, sorry, not box, let me repeat again. These are the trade setups here: box here, bounce, headwind, go with flow. And there is a breakout setup which doesn't have checklist. However, many people are comfortable taking breakout trades. I tend to take breakout trades if they are associated with bullish pressure, just like I was looking for setups today. You could look for the trade setups and then look at additional signals like the gap up or bullish pressure or memory touch pullback, reversal, etc. The columns that are not in capital letter, they are not trade setups, but they are important signals, and in the bullish type these are bullish signals. So you can find trade setups using the Q signals by mixing and matching them, and you can further focus on the stock's price level that is of your interest. Personally, I tend to like trades that are at price extreme low or price extreme middle. Sometimes personally I also look for breakouts from the top. However, what you will focus on is based on your trading preference. Some traders focus mostly on breakout at the top. That is also fine. You may use Q Finder for that as well. Another way to find trades is not to focus on the different Q signals, but just use the percentage change as a starting point. If these stocks are going up most, which are coming to the top when you sort by the percentage change column by double clicking, if they are going up the most, they must have something going for the stocks, and these are the stocks that have some kind of bullish signal today. So one way to look for trades is not go through the different Q signals, but just focus on the top, let's say 10 stocks, and look at their charts first or look at their fundamentals first. If you wanted to look at their charts, you could use the chart action button to open the stocks in QGlobal, that is on MetaStock, or you could use the grid or table button to transfer the ticker symbols to QLI's radar, that is TradeStation. If you wanted to not open the charts first but wanted to confirm their fundamental strength, then you could carry out a fundamental and or peer analysis using the peer analysis button. That will take you to QVital. So these orange color buttons are integration points with QGlobal, QElite, and then with QVital. In all the Q Zenith based systems, that is QEdge, Vital Index, and QFinder, orange color button means it is going to take you to another application. Let's now demonstrate the integrations. Let's look at the stocks that went up by at least 8% yesterday and gave some kind of bullish signal. You select the stocks by the column of your focus. You don't have to select by name or ticker symbol. So if you are focusing on stocks that are moving the most, then your focus column is percentage change. You just drag and select the stocks, or if you wanted, you could also control click to select if they are disjoint. In this case, because you are focusing on stocks that moved the most, I'm going to simply drag and select them. If on the other hand, if you were, for example, focused on, let's sort by bounce column, flag it, and if we are going to look for stocks, for example, bounce stocks with pullback, then I may click this one, this cell here, and then control click the next cell, because both of them have pullback as well as bounce. So what I am doing, I am selecting the stocks based on my focus column. I am not constrained to select only by percentage change or symbol. So coming back to my original focus, let me reset the stocks again. Look at the stocks that went up, let's say more than 10%. I reset the stock, so it gave me back all the stocks that have some kind of Q bullish signal, and I am choosing the stocks that went up by at least 10%, and I'm going to click the chart icon that will open the stocks in QGlobal on Metastock using the default chart. If you go to Metastock's Power Console, before opening the charts, you make sure that the chart application is selected. Your cursor is on the instruments box and you select the template with which you want to open the charts. I like to open them with smart charts, that is using the Q entry daily chart template. And once the charts are opened using the daily charts, if I wanted to investigate further, I could use the menu options at the top that you may set up to look at the weekly daily together. For now, I made sure that I am on the chart application and my cursor is on the instrument tab. After that, you may close the window. You don't have to keep the Power Console open. Going back to QFinder, I have already selected the stocks that went up by at least 10%. Clicking the chart icon is opening all the stocks on QGlobal. And here I did not focus on any particular setup. I just wanted to look at the stocks that are moving the most. And these are moving the most. As you know, in QGlobal, you may press Ctrl Tab to navigate through the stocks. And if some stock is giving a proper Q trade setup, how would you know that? You would know that because you are also applying the unambiguous checklists in your mind. You will stop there. For example, Spirit may be giving a possible trend following long setup. You may stop there and then apply the weekly daily chart template from the menu bar to see if all the conditions are met. And it does seem like that SPR is meeting all the checklist conditions for a trend following long setup as of today. That's how in real time you are able to find trades. If I wanted to open the stocks on QLI, how would you do that? Let me demonstrate that using the breakouts with bullish pressure. I am flagging on both those columns, highlighting the stocks using the column of my focus, and I am clicking the grid icon. That selected not the Reuters or Refinitiv symbols on which Finder works, but the ticker symbols. Now I may go to QLI radar that runs on TradeStation and right click paste, or you may use the hotkeys Ctrl V. That will get the stocks on the QLI radar. And QLI radar or sonar will also show the Q signals of today. It will not show you yesterday's signal, this week's signals or prior signals, but it will show only signals of today. But I have already seen the signals of today. So if you didn't want to see the signals here again, instead of pasting the ticker symbols on the full Q sonar, you may just go to the at a glance template, which also has a simplified radar. You may paste the symbols there. That is what I would normally do if I am transferring the symbols from QFinder to radar. I will paste it on the simplified radar. We just have the ticker symbol, interval, of course is daily by default, and the percentage change. And then I will click on the symbols one by one to look at the charts. And these are the stocks that are breaking out with bullish pressure. That is what I used when selecting the stocks. PDCO, the next stock, again breaking out with bullish pressure. Spot breaking out with bullish pressure, and you are noticing extreme high volume also. BBL, very nice breakout with bullish pressure. And last one, FWONK, again a breakout with bullish pressure. That is how you can transfer the stocks of your interest from QFinder to QGlobal to see them on Metastock, or QLI to see them on TradeStation charts. QLI TradeStation or QGlobal Metastock. Now, what if I am looking at all these stocks, 448 stocks that gave some kind of bullish signal today? I don't want to do so much of work because I want to only buy the stocks that are fundamentally strong. One way to do that is to transfer the symbols to QVital first using the fundamental analysis integration button here. Which stocks would I like to do analysis on? You may select the stocks of your interest by, for example, let's say all the stocks that went up by more than 10%. You may transfer them to QVital. For performance reason, the system may limit you to choose up to 20 stocks at a time when you are transferring them to QVital. However, if you wanted to do a fundamental analysis of all the stocks, the 448 stocks that are giving some kind of bullish signal today, then you can do that, but you will not select by any particular signal column or percentage column. You just put your cursor on the symbol header, this particular cell. If you position your cursor there, you are not selecting any particular stock. You are telling the QFinder program that carry out a fundamental analysis of all these 448 stocks. I am not interested in selecting anything. I will select stocks after I look at the stocks fundamentals. So let's do that. I am clicking the peer analysis button. That is instantly transferring all of those stocks, 448 stocks, and collecting data from Thomson Reuters or Refinitiv and calculating the Q scorecard. Once the calculation is done, it will show updated. Once it is updated, I may now go to the scorecard. By the way, this is QVital and there is another tutorial on QVital. You may learn about QVital from the tutorial I made earlier. Let's go to the Q scorecard of the stocks. So these are all those 448 stocks. I am interested to buy stocks which are only fundamentally strong. So I'm going to look for example, the stocks that are undervalued plus having earnings growth. Again, I am not covering QVital aspects in this tutorial. You may watch the tutorial I already made for them. Now, these stocks are very strong fundamentally, and now I see I got those 448 stocks from QFinder that had some kind of Q signal today, one or more. Out of that, these many stocks are fundamentally very strong, growth plus value star candidates, and I see several of them are going up. Let me now focus on the stocks that went up by at least 2%. Now I may go back to Finder and look for the signals, because remember I mentioned there is two-way integration. So now I can use the lookup in Finder button here, integration button. Orange color means it's going to take me to another application. So it's going to take me from Vital to Finder. What it is going to do, it's going to look at only the stocks I selected and tell me what are their Q signals. Let me do that. It's going to Finder, and now I have all those stocks went up by at least 2%. All these stocks are excellent stocks in terms of fundamentals, value plus growth, and all of them have these signals, and I can see 3 of them has breakouts. So let me look at them. I am looking them up on QGlobal now using the chart action button. This is SBGI. This has a breakout setup. ICHR also has a breakout setup from the trendline resistance. and BHP also has a breakout setup from trendline resistance. That is what I selected in Finder. That is how you can navigate from Finder to Vital back to Finder to find the fundamentally strong stocks that are also giving you great signals. That is using the approach of Finder first. Finder also means bottom-up analysis. That is, you are looking at technical signals first, and then you may look at the fundamentals like I showed. Lastly, you may also look at the stocks industry. Now, when I looked at the charts, let's say I am interested in BHP. Now I want to carry out a complete peer analysis of BHP. Then I am putting my cursor anywhere on the BHP row, only one stock. And now if I click the peer analysis, it's not going to use the complete list. It's going to use BHP as the root stock, retrieve its peer stocks, that is stocks that are belonging to this peer relationship. Currently I have selected industry plus, that is same or similar industries. You might also choose the other criteria. For the USA market, industry plus is the most appropriate choice for most occasions. It is retrieving the peers. While it is doing that, you could click the cog icon to look up the industry strength from QEdge. That is using the integration between Vital and Edge. Edge is for sector industry rotation analysis, and you can see diversified metals and mining is strong now. So you could consider buying into the stock. If you go back to Q Vital, it is retrieving the data again still, but that's okay. This is not a session on Q Vital. Let's go back to Q Finder. I demonstrated the bottom up approach and how you could integrate between Finder and Vital and Edge. And before that, I showed how you could easily focus on stocks of your interest using the price extreme column, or mixing and matching the different Q signals, or simply looking at the stocks that are moving up most. Alternatively, you could look at the stocks giving maximum number of Q signals today. Now let's do a top-down approach where I start with Q edge, go to the sectors. I could go to the sectors, or I could go to the industries, or I could go to the stocks directly using the different action buttons. Yesterday, I can see I'm doing step-by-step top-down analysis. Energy and financials were strongest. So I'm looking at the industries of both of those sectors. Again, sorting by one-day performance, only focusing on the ones, the industries now in those sectors that were the strongest, and drilling down to the stocks. Now I am going to look for fundamentally strong stocks in terms of both valuation and earnings growth. And instead of opening the charts, I may highlight the stocks, for example, that went up by at least 2% yesterday, and again click on the lookup finder action button, integration button, to take me to Q Finder and show me what are the trade signals they have today. And I can see Capstead, that is CMO, has a bullish flow with a reversal candle. So we might now open it using QGlobal charts. It has a bullish flow and it has a reversal candle. Even before opening the charts, we are able to do industry strength confirmation, starting with sector, in fact, then industry, strong sector, strong industry, strong fundamental. Then also not looking at the charts but looking at the Q signals first. The ones that didn't have any Q signal, you may not find trades today. So you focus only on the ones that are giving Q signals, and you could look at QEP also, that went up with high pressure and a reversal candle. You could look at CMO that had a reversal candle with a bullish flow. Anytime you want to get back your complete data, you could click the alarm button that will show you the bullish signals, stocks with some kind of bullish signal today. Now, where does this data come from in Q Finder? They come from QGlobal. I mentioned QGlobal is required for Q Finder. In QGlobal that runs on Metastock, there are two very powerful multi-dimensional explorers or scans, that is Q Finder bearish and bullish. They run through your own stock universe. For me, I use the S&P 1500 plus mid and high price stocks in the entire USA market, that is NYSE, MX and Nasdaq exchanges. So this is my stock universe which has 2290 stocks. I run the two finders on that universe. One time I run using the daily interval and another time using the weekly interval. Usually I run weekly interval first by choosing the weekly from the drop box. Once the scan is complete, I transfer the data to QFinder and then run it on daily and transfer the data again. How do I transfer the data? After you complete the run of the scans, it will show you the reports. And now I have already run the scans. I may go to this report button and view report for selected explorations, and I have selected only the 2Q Finder exploration. So if I open them, they will show me the result of the latest runs of QFinder bullish and bearish. And this exact report will also be shown as soon as you complete the runs. To transfer the data, you choose one exploration at a time, come to the result tab, copy all, go to QFinder. Because this is daily data, I'm going to put it on the daily tab. How do I put it? Remember, Metastock exploration icon is binocular, so just click the binocular icon. Once you paste the data, you may confirm that it has processed correctly from the timestamp. So just now I transferred the data for the bullish tab, bullish result. Now I go back, go to the bearish scan result, right click on the tabular data, copy all, go back to QFinder, click the same binocular button again. The system intelligently knows what data you are transferring. You don't have to choose whether it is bearish or bullish. It knows. And this time I'm transferring the bearish data, and you can see the timestamp has changed. So when you have transferred, you know that the transfer has happened properly, and this is the latest overall snapshot. It didn't only create the overall snapshot. If you go to the bearish or bullish signals, it has already given you all the things to work on to find trade setups. Usually I use the bearish daily or bullish daily to find trade setups, and sometimes I look at the weekly data also. If you are a longer term investor, you may even find trade setups from the weekly signals. Usually I am not a long term investor, short term trader, swing trader, so I don't usually look for signals from the bearish weekly signals or bullish weekly signals, for example. And to get all the data, I may click the alarm icon that is showing all the weekly bullish signals of today in the bullish weekly tab. And if I click the alarm here, It is showing all the bearish weekly signals for this week. The bearish signals, bearish weekly time. You might look for trade setups from there. I don't do that usually. Instead, I just use the overall view in the weekly home tab to see what is the background, weekly background. And here you may see that daily was balanced as of yesterday's close, but weekly all signals slightly bearish actually. Strength signals are balanced, trend continuation signals slightly bearish, reversal signals are pretty bearish. 71% of reversal signals are bearish, and I pointed this out in tweet earlier. The weekly interval is showing unusual number of bearish headwinds. There may not be many bearish reversal trade setups, so when the signal comes but no trade setup, then we may simply be cautious and apply trailing stop. We don't look for short setups. So I look at the weekly overall picture to see the background inside to decide my market outlook. And again, this market outlook, or we should say technical breadth insight, is specific to your own stock universe. That's why it works very well. You are not only looking at market ETFs, futures, market internals, looking at the signals in your own stock universe. That will be more appropriate in deciding whether you are going to take long trades, short trades, and you may form an overall view from the weekly picture, come to the daily to make a tactical decision, weekly for strategic decision, daily for tactical decision, and then further drill down to the daily bullish or daily bearish to find trade setups and integrate with Q Vital back and forth, integrate with QGlobal and integrate with QLI to find the trades that you want. Now, one more comment I wanted to make is, when do I run Q Finder scans? If you are busy in the office, you want to find trades only after coming back from office, that is after market hours, then of course you will run Q Finder after the market close, run Q Finder scans on QGlobal, get the data on Q Finder and do your bottom up top down analysis by combining with Edge and Vita. If you are able to trade during market hours, then you may run Q Finder as I do. I run Q Finder in the morning session around 9:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That allows me to take a trade soon after the market opens, and if the trade is confirmed by the end of the day, I hold on to the trade. And for taking the trades, in this case, I'm using Q fine-tune precision entry chart templates, but the signals I find by running Q Finder around 9:40 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if I am looking for trade signals based on market closes at 4 p.m. New York time, Eastern Standard Time, I may run Q Finder around 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then that gives me 30 minutes time to look for the highest probability, lowest risk trade setups by combining the technicals, combining the price levels, combining the percentage moves, fundamentals, as well as industry strength. I think I have covered everything about Q Finder that I wanted to share in this tutorial today. This is how I use Q Finder, and I demonstrate it regularly in the weekend market roundups and also the Wednesdays YouTube live sessions. There I don't go through every aspect so slowly, so I wanted to make a tutorial to explain the different options you have, how you can use Q Finder in the way you want. Once you get used to it, I think you will find it to be not only essential probably invaluable to finding the best trades fast on a large universe, thousands of stocks. You are not limited to finding trades only from 100 stocks, smaller universe. You can run the scans on thousands of stocks at the same time, and you can do multidimensional analysis. I would go so far to say that once you start using QFinder, you would probably not trade without it. But you be the judge yourself. You may use it for a while and see. Let me end today's session here. There are other tutorials on other Q systems on my YouTube page. You may watch them as well. Not only for the Q systems user, but just in general, if you want to learn a disciplined way of trading, you may watch the tutorials. Thanks again for joining me in today's session. I look forward to seeing you in my next session. That will be the weekend market roundup. Have a great day and trade profitably.